Well, let me ask you then about the story we were talking about here at City Hall, and that is the Parks and Rec people coming forward. One of their proposals for cleaning up their budget is $100 for kids. It's been profiled as baseball, but I understand it's whatever sports programs you're in. What's your thought on that?
Well, first of all, I want to tell the listeners I'm a little biased here. I was a coach at Martin Grove Baseball for, I think, 8 years. We were the longest sponsor of Martin Grove Baseball Company for the last, I think, 50 years, actually. So I'm a little biased. But in saying all that, it was a shock to me when I got a call from the folks from Martin Grove on Sunday. I spoke to them, talked to head of parks, and there is one thing that we have to be clear on. To be fair to the folks in the baseball leagues, they go out for sponsorship in October. So they'd come to Deco Labels and say, I want a sponsorship. It's $500. Would have I paid an extra $100 if it makes a difference? Yes, I think the majority of them, but not all sponsors. So I agree with you, Jerry. We should increase the cost. The other thing what we have to do in the baseball leagues themselves, like they said, they expected an increase, but they didn't expect this large of an increase, and I'm 100% behind them. But what they're doing, they're booking fields 7 days a week. And I know when I was a coach, I used to have a practice, and we'd have the diamond booked. None of the kids would show up. There'd be 3 or 4 kids that would show up, and this would happen consistently.
Because the kids are not going to do 7 days a week.
That's right. Well, the diamonds are booked for different age groups.
Sure.
Now, the competitive age groups, they have to show up, and I agree 100%. It's a little bit of a shock. We should sit down with the Parks and Rec folks, because it really breaks down if you get rid of some of the practices that the kids aren't going to come out. It'll cut down a few dollars a player. I think it's at $6 a player. I don't believe it's $100, but I was just getting my facts today. So it's not part of the mayor's agenda to do this. What you said is correct. The Parks Department has to come up with X amount of savings, and they're coming up with them right now. And it's not cheaper. By the way, we're the only jurisdiction that gives fields away. Mississauga, Brampton, all the outlying areas charge for their fields.
Well, do you know what they charge?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Because I was just talking to a woman who is a mom and a coach, and she said, I've got several kids, and I could just take them and go play in Mississauga. And yes, that might be the reaction of some if you're allowed to play in those leagues while living somewhere else. But you're saying that doesn't mean they'd get away without paying something. No. I think where the problem lies is they weren't notified back in October when they were sending out the registration. That's fair. And I just want to thank all the volunteers, because I remember volunteering. It's almost a full-time job, especially the presidents of the leagues and the vice presidents and even the coaches. So they give back a tremendous amount of time. So I'm sure there's a way of working this out one way or another. We'll sit down with these folks and come up with a solution that's feasible for everyone. All right.